encounter with Putin when only the two of them were in a room, it just makes you think again. There are too many things going on at one time to just walk away from this and say, well, they're all coincidences. So we're going to look at it, and we're going to make a judgment accordingly. But I want to just say that the House is the branch of government, the legislative branch of government, and we have checks and balances, and we're supposed to get involved in such things.
Well,
so
the big check, Congressman, as you know, is the subpoena power. If this interpreter does not show up voluntarily, are you prepared to subpoena the interpreter?
Well, no decision's been made. Obviously, we're still in the beginnings of it. Congress is first putting together the committees. We don't even know all the members on, but we're going to look at all aspects. I would think a subpoena would be a last resort, not a first resort. I would hope it wouldn't have to get to that. I would hope that there's cooperation. The American people have the right to know.
Other than what we've learned, do you feel that this is the end of the Putin meeting story, or is there more information that you would expect may come out through your investigation, through what appear to be congressionally related leaks as to what the FBI's general counsel had said regarding the other thing, the probe that was looking at whether the president himself, it's weird to say, hard to say perhaps, but the president himself was a national security threat to the United States?
Well, I would find that hard to believe. I think most people would find it hard to believe, and I think it would be in the president's best interest to come clean and release whatever papers he has. You know, there's been, since the election of 2016, and since Trump became president, there's always something about him with Putin. President Trump has criticized our allies and friends, has criticized the NATO alliance, has criticized all kinds of things that various presidents have just taken for granted, the American people take it for granted. But when it comes to Putin, he's cozy with him. It really makes you think. And the more we hear about this, the more we think that what else is there that we don't know about.
And while I have you, given that you run this most important foreign policy committee, these reports that John Bolton was soliciting potential plans to attack Iran, your response?
Well, I think the United States needs to be careful before it involves itself in other wars and other attacks. I think that we've learned our lesson, or should have learned our lesson. I don't think the American people want any kind of prolonged difficulties that would come with such an attack. I happen to think, by the way, that leaving Syria was a mistake, and I have trouble in general with the foreign policy of this administration, which I call fly by the seat of your pants foreign policy. There's no consistency to it. Leaving Syria leaves our ally Israel in jeopardy, and it certainly leaves our friends, the Kurds, who have fought side by side with us, in great jeopardy. So I think that's something that troubles me a great deal.
Well, a lot of big and troubling questions here about U.S. foreign policy under this administration right now. You're the one in the driver's seat in the House with the new chair, and you're saying the subpoenas are at least on the table, but not a first resort on the Putin translation issues. Chairman Engel, thanks for joining me tonight.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Coming up, Democrats warning Trump against trying to intimidate witnesses after he goes after Michael Cohen's family. Some say that could be a crime, and I'll break down a hidden link between Trump's attempts to keep the Putin talks secret and the false cover story about the Trump Tower meeting. Also, what did the FBI really know about these links to Russia? I have the DOJ official who wrote the rules for Bob Mueller. I'm Ari Melber. You're watching The Beat on MSNBC.
I know that every single time that I sit up, there is a chance that that's the last time. Miles an hour, that's where I feel normal. I might be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Having an annuity tells me my retirement is protected.
Annuities can provide protected income for life. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org.
Here, babe.
Nasty nighttime heartburn? Try Alka-Seltzer PM gummies, the only fast, powerful heartburn relief plus melatonin so you can fall asleep quickly.
Oh, what a relief it is. Oh, wow. You two are going to have such a great trip.
Thanks to you, we will. This is why why Voya helps reach today's goals.
All while helping you to and through retirement.
Can you help with these?
We're more of the plan, invest, and protect kind of help. Voya helping you to
And through
retirement.